Okay, here we have Andrew. He is a level 1 student on his second day. Now, Andrew is actually trained really well. He has very good understanding of what his foundation work is. He could technically actually be a level 2 student, but I've kept him in level 1 because he still needs a little bit of refinement on what yes and no means, but he definitely knows his positions, and he's quite polite. He's a very polite dog, and we like to see that because we rarely ever get that in. His biggest issue is actually anxiety. He has a huge separation anxiety. If you leave him from one fenced area to the next fenced area, even though he can see you and hear you and even be separated by 2 inches, he really starts to lose it a little bit. And he gets very anxious and very overworked, and that's where his overexuberance with that fence aggression comes out. Now you see I'm working him on this place command, and what that is, it's a moving board, and I can move it, and as long as he holds still and stays calm, he gets lots of praise for it. Now if he doesn't stay calm, if he kind of spazzes out as you saw in the beginning there is no response, there's no correction, there is no praise, there's no coddling or anything like that. All we're doing is only responding whenever he acts appropriately, which is being calm and being centered, which is usually with that sit behavior or anything like that. So I like to use the place board when it's unbalanced like that for dogs who are underconfident, so that they begin to understand that no matter what happens, certain positions such as the sit or the down can always be safe for them, no matter what's going on. And that seems to really help the dogs begin to build more confidence in themselves and their environment, because while he's very well mannered, he definitely has a codependency issue, which is really quite typical for any kind of herding breed, because they always want to be able to circle and do that sort of thing. But he has an issue to where it's causing him a lot of anxiety. So we're going to put him back up on the board here. You can see he doesn't want to go, so I'm not responding verbally. I'm just going to lead him up there with the leash. Anytime that leash is tense, he needs to understand that something is incorrect. Notice that whenever he does something I want him to do, the leash immediately slackens again. And that opens the communication line between the handler and the leash. So that I had to gear him back up there because he had his left foot off, but now he's back there. He's going into each of his positions and gets lots of praise. Wonderful. So very good sits and downs, nice and calm. Very good, and he can remove there whenever I ask him to. So you can see he's actually wanting to go off to the side there because I have another trainer off in the driveway of the house, and the house is where he wants to go all the time. So working him through this anxiety and this kind of fear behavior is really very important to his rehabilitation, because he doesn't need training, he actually needs conditioning or behavioral rehab. So helping him understand that even though he's separated from anybody by a fence, it's still okay. So I've removed the leash here. We're going to keep on working, and you can see how the conditioning is already starting to have an effect on him. He stays very close to me. He is not interested in playing, and I remember speaking to you, Pat, about how he likes the frisbee and that sort of thing. He's anxious here to the point of where he does not want to engage in play, and that tells me that he's had a real imbalance as far as his dependency issues and where he's getting his praise from and his affection from. So you can see he's still working. He's doing a great job, and because he's finding comfort in these positions, he's reverting back to them. I didn't ask him for that down there. He went that way because he knows that's where the good stuff comes from, and that's how we extinguish bad behaviors and replace them with positive ones. They're able to understand that they get more rewards off of the good ones than the bad ones. So that was a call into a heel position with a sit, so he gets lots of praise for that. Try to engage him in a little bit of play. He's not too interested, but he does love the affection. He's a very affectionate dog. So here we're doing an off-leash heel. That quick turn there was difficult. That's difficult for even very advanced dogs. So he did really well with that. Training is going great. I'd like to see a little more advancement with the conditioning work, but that'll come in time and with confidence between him and his trainers. So Andrew is great to work with. I'm very excited for you guys to be able to come and pick up and discuss his progress.